guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Joy Ani Scrapping in my own private Idaho, and I am finishing up Christy's Beautiful Life, which was a challenge that went last month, and we had 30 days of sketches, and this is day 28 for me. I did get a little bit behind, but I wanted to share this one, and this is also a sneak peek of a paper pack that is called Turtle-y Awesome, and it will be available to purchase May 7th. So I am doing an 8x8 in this particular sketch, and it is so if you are new to scrapbooking and you want to try scrapbooking, you might want to try an 8x8. That way, if you are a card maker and you're just kind of converting over, that will give you a chance to be successful and not be so overwhelming. I love an 8x8. The nice thing about 8x8s is when the little kids hold them, because they like to look at themselves, it's not such a big book that you're plopping it down on them and causing them physical harm by smushing them with a great big book. So this layout the sketch was done by Stacy Doner Terwari, and here is another version of it. Remember, if you go to Christy's Beautiful Life, not only will you see the sketch that I've done, you will see I think there's about 60 people that did this particular sketch. So it's great fun, and thank you, Stacy, for such a fun sketch. So how I started off was, well, first I want to show you what I did with the embossing folder. So I got the suite that went with this, and I got this cool embossing folder, and I made it all these. So I wanted to stretch my paper because they've switched it so that you used to get like 3 different patterns and you had 3 of each page. This particular pack, there's 6 designs, and let me show that to you. Oh, I can't show it to you because it's in the catalog, so sorry. That was a tease. So this is the embossing folder, and how I created this is a white paper, and what I did was I took my ink, and I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. I'm not going to run it through the embossing folder because that would just be, so I take my small little dots, because that's what I have, and I just dot it on. You want to do the Stampin' Up side. You're going to have your Stampin' Up side up, and so you just ink this really, really well, and you can kind of see, because it's clear and see-through, it's kind of like a clear through, and you could even rub it. The rubbing it won't make it quite as dark. And you put this, and then I will put my paper inside it like this. Pretend this is my paper, and I'm going to put it through like this, and I'm going to run it through my embossing folder, my Sizzix machine, and what comes out is this. So isn't that cool? So that's how I made the paper, and I'm going to move the pictures, and you're going to see all the paper that I made. So this is Granny Apple green on white, inked and embossed. This is Green Garden, inked and embossed. So that was this method. Let me show you another method. You can actually see how this is Granny Green, and I inked it with Garden Green, and so that gives it kind of a tone on tone. This one, I actually ran it through the embossing. It's just plain Granny Green, embossed it, and then I took my sanding block, and that's what made this one. This one is Garden Green, and I sanded it. This is just plain Garden Green with embossing. So you can see why we all love that two-tone paper. So when it has a white core and you sand it down, this is what you get, and it's perfect for turtle, isn't it? I did a peach one. This is the Granny Apple and sanded down, and this is the Garden Green. So it gives you, because this is I've made it monochromatic, because I have difficulties matching color. I usually go monochromatic. So this paper pack has garden green, granny apple, and I threw in, this is Poppy Parade. So let's go ahead, and so this was the kind of significant thing about Stacy Doner Terwari's sketch is this repetitive shape. So because I was doing an 8-inch, I went through all of my dies, and I didn't have this particular shape, so I went on Cricut Design Space and I made one. So if you want to do an 8x8, I will leave this design file for that. If I were going to do a 12x12, I would use this bigger one, which is, you can see that it's too big for an 8x8, but it would work really well for a 12x12. And I will read, it's just one shape, or you can just wing it. So this is the pattern that I did. I created this, of course. I fussy cut all of these out of the paper that I created. I created these 4 papers to go with this paper. They do have another, this one has a different, this shape is like this. I would not put these two together, but I would, so this is more of shaded spruce, I think. So anyway, so this is what I did, and I just counted. See, I created the shape. Mine isn't exactly like hers because I went 8x8, but remember, a sketch is just a jumping off place. She has space in between hers, and I wish I would have done space in between hers, but by the time I realized that that's how it was too late. And because I'm doing 8x8, it's just smaller. So I did these 2 pictures, and I love them. So there's a park near our house, and this is my grandson and the little boy that we babysit. He is so incredibly sweet. I'm going to cover that one up because I don't like that white space too much. But they were coming back from the park, and this was one day they had this tree. They wander around. I was going to make this the title Tree Hugger, but I needed pictures for this one, so I'm calling this Silly Boys. Has nothing to do with the turtles, but when they were so they were running from the park, and then they just laid in the middle of the pavement on their backs, and it kind of reminded me of turtle. So that's why these pictures are getting used for this turtle post. So I'm going to go ahead, and these pictures are, I think on her sketch she used 3x3, and mine, I trimmed them a little bit smaller because I worked so hard on that pattern, and if I made the pictures 3x3, it would have, if I made them 3x3, it'd cover up all of my hard work. And they were just being so silly and so sweet. They were just laying on the floor, just laughing. Oh, and actually, I forgot. I'm going to add a little speech bubble in there that says ROLF, rolling on the floor laughing, because that's what they were doing. They were just, you know how little boys are. They just, one would do something and the other one copy it, and they would just laugh. And they're both 2, and they're just so much fun. So I'm going to put that one there. Should I move this one up a little bit? No, because my speech bubble is going to go right there. When you come on to the page, the final cut, sometimes I forget to do things on here because I get a little nervous, but when you come onto the page, it will be there. So what I did, also I wanted to show you the background, because it was a little stark. Originally I started off with black as a base, but this little guy has red in there, and it looked just like it, and so I added a little bit. I added lemon lime twist, and I think that matches pretty well. It's a little bit lighter. I wanted it to be subtle, so I just added a little lemon lime twist on the spots where it was, and then I took I have some spray gloss, but you could use your black ink, squish your black ink pad, and then just stick your paintbrush in it and just flick it like this, and it gets these little dots. Or if you have a small stamp, if you're like me, sometimes I just, because when I go to splatter, that's why I always do my splatters before I come on camera. Nothing's worse than getting a whole thing done and then you put splatters on and it ruins your project. So I always do, if you're worried about that at all, there are a lot of really small stamps, and I see that Stampin' Up! Is doing it more often. The butterfly one has just cute little splatters that go with. So I'm going to go ahead and add these 3. So this is a small layout, but I'm getting a lot of pictures on it, and I'll put my story up at the top, how they were coming back from the park and being silly. And this is they're playing around the tree, and one would go around the tree and then the other one would go around the tree. Just so they are just so precious. I had nephews, but I did not have any little boys, so it's been fun. It's fun to play with them. So I'm going to put this one there, and then my favorite thing that Stampin' Up! Does with their dies is they put it so that you can actually cut around this. So I had a die, I put it on the paper. I'll show you the paper. So this is the paper that I used on this side and on this side. So if you're not a turtle fan, that's okay. There's some cool designs on the back. So I just fussy cut that. But see this turtle? You can cut him out. There's a die that goes exactly on that. The little birds I did, and I think on my speech bubble, I'm going to put these little birds up there. They're going to sit on the speech bubble, and the speech bubble is going to be right there. I apologize for not having that ready. And I'm going to pop up my turtle. He is going to, oops, got to cover up my little guy. I'm going to pop him up so that he's on his back. Because don't they look like they're turtles? They look like turtles that were flat on their back. And my daughter was the one that was watching, but she goes, I don't know what they were doing, but they were having such a good time. And I fussy cut these flowers, and I'm just going to stick those around. So I'm going to actually make an entire book out of these turtles. And at first I thought, oh, I gotta have turtle sayings. You don't have to have turtle sayings. So they have in this particular, I'll show you the, I don't know if I can show you the paper. We're not supposed to I can show you product, but I can't show you paper. I will show that to you as I go along. So this turtle, we have lots of different turtles. This one is flat on his back, and I think he's laughing. So anyway, so this is my layout. I hope you like it. And when I get completely done with my album, there might be some other things in there. I might not find things that I might not find enough turtles, because that would be like, what, 20 pages of turtles. I don't think I have 20 pages of turtles with me. But when I get done with this album, I will share it in a layout share. So anyway, so this is my layout. I hope you love it. I hope you have a great day, and turtle power. Let's get scrapping. Talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.